Hey guys, and welcome back. I wanted to do something different today, something that I've never done on my channel before, and this is going to be a disappointing products video. All of these items are drugstore items. I've never done a video like this on my channel before, and I feel like it's because I have this tendency to try and make things work even though I'm disappointed with them. I do this like with clothes and with makeup. Anything that I buy, like that I actually spend money on, I just don't want to feel like I've wasted that money, so I try really hard to make things work when it's something that I've purchased. I don't know if anyone else kind of like gets where I'm going with that, but also probably why I seem to appear more like positive about products that I'm testing. And honestly, in real life, I'm not really that positive. I feel like I come across very positive on camera because I'm sharing with you guys products that I've bought and that I really want to make work. In real life, when it comes to like other matters, I feel like I'm not especially a positive person. I'm definitely more of a like complainer in real life. I just don't complain about products that I've bought that often. I'm not purposely trying to be positive. I just want to feel good about purchases that I've made. I don't want to feel bad about them. I don't want to feel regret. That's like my biggest thing. I just don't want to regret products. I just don't want to feel guilty about buying these products. So yeah. Anyway, I feel like that was a really long intro. I'm just gonna hop into the video now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and let's get started. I am gonna start with base products and foundation and stuff like that. First one is this BB cream from The Body Shop. I didn't actually purchase this. My sisters gave it to me for Christmas, which really hurts me that I don't like it, but I just feel like it didn't work with my skin. First of all, the color was a little bit dark. I have the shade 02. Not that it was dark, but just that it was very orangey on my skin, and I just didn't like the way it looked color-wise. I also felt like it broke apart on my skin really fast. Like it kind of looked patchy and it didn't blend very well, and I could just see it sitting on my skin, which I didn't like. The Body Shop Tea Tree Flawless BB Cream, suitable for blemished skin. Really wanted to like this. I just feel like it didn't work for my skin type. So yeah. On another note, I'm actually wearing a new BB cream today. This is the L'Oreal Magic Skin Beautifier BB cream in the shade Light, and I love it. I love how this looks on my skin right now. I'm so happy with it. It had really good coverage and it looks super natural on my skin. It looks honestly flawless. I would totally recommend this. I don't know how it lasts yet. I don't know if it's gonna last throughout the day, but I'm gonna keep you guys posted and share my thoughts in my BB cream CC cream video that will be coming out soon. A foundation that I was disappointed with was the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation. I have the shade 02 Natural. I don't really know why this didn't work for me. I'm like thinking back, I haven't worn it in a while, and I'm thinking back and trying to remember why I didn't like it. No, I just feel like it didn't look as good as everybody said it did. And when I tried it, I was just slightly disappointed. It felt heavy. It looked like foundation on my skin. I just wasn't a fan of it. I want to give it another try to solidify my thoughts on it. It also had a really kind of perfumey scent. Remember, I was so excited about testing this out. I like looked for it everywhere. I went to like every Rexall to find my shade. I wasn't like happy with the way this looked on my skin. I'll probably give it another try, but I was just disappointed when I tested it out. So another foundation, this one is kind of a newer one, and I'm sure it's got to be a little bit shocking because a lot of people rave about this, and this is the LA Girl Pro Matte High Definition Longwear Matte Foundation. I don't know, I don't like the way this looks on my skin. I think the coverage is nice. It has really good coverage, but I don't like the wear time of it. I did test this out in foundation February, so you can check out my video where I did a wear test on this. I've worn it a bunch of times since that video, and it does look good, but I don't know, I wasn't blown away by this foundation, and I feel like if I'm not blown away by something, and if I don't feel impressed by something, then it disappoints me. I'll have to give it like another try, but just every time I wear it, I'm just not super happy with the way my skin looks. It just like sits weird on my skin, so not overly impressed with this, therefore slightly disappointed. All this stuff is just like a mess on my counter right now. But moving on to face products, actually the majority of products that I was disappointed with were highlighters, which is weird. But this is actually a face palette from Essence. It's the Shape Your Face Contouring Palette. I have mine in the shade Ready Set Peach. Now this isn't a bad product. None of these products, by the way, are bad. It's just they didn't work for me. And I feel like this product, I don't know. I don't know what it is about this product. This blush is, I think, a dud. It doesn't show up at all on my skin. It's just like this weird gold like sheen. I don't know. It doesn't even show up. Setting powder is nice, but it's just average to me. And this bronzer, I don't know, it just kind of looks patchy on my skin a little bit. I love the idea of this. I really want to find a face palette from the drugstore that has a bronzer, a blush, a highlighter, or like a setting powder like this that works for me, because this is so convenient and this would be perfect to throw in like your travel makeup bag. I don't know. Then I have a couple highlighters I want to share with you that I did not like, and this first one is the LA Girl Strobe Light Strobing Powder. This is in the shade 110 Watt. This is kind of a formula issue for me. It doesn't actually look bad on your skin. There's no glitters or anything. I just feel like this is a bit of a dry formula. It's a bit gritty when I touch it. It just makes me not want to reach for it on like an everyday basis. So I do think the effect is nice. I just don't like the formula. I'm just not overly satisfied with the feel of it and the way it kind of sat on my skin. It was just like a highlighter that looked like a highlighter rather than a natural sheen. Next is this one. Okay, this is weird. I feel like everybody likes this highlighter and I feel so weird for not liking it, but this is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in the shade Precious Petals. I just feel like this isn't as great as everyone talked about. Like, I was prepared to be super impressed with this and blown away because it looks so good on other people. It just doesn't look good on me, and I don't know if it's just the color being a little bit too pinky peach for me. It is pretty. I feel like if you like metallic highlighters, you would like this. The formula is a little bit dry. Like, I wouldn't say it's super smooth. At least mine isn't. I don't know if I got a bad one, but mine isn't like super duper smooth or anything. It's a little bit grittier in texture. I just don't think this looks good on me. I do kind of want to try the shade in Golden Flower Crown because it's a little bit of a paler gold, which I think might look better on me. It could just be the shade of this that doesn't work with my complexion. Kind of want to test that out, but I also don't want to feel disappointed again, so I'm like hesitant about trying another Wet n Wild highlighting powder. All right, this next one is from Rimmel. It's their Kate Moss highlighting palette. It doesn't have a shade name, so I'm assuming it's because it's the only shade they have. I don't know. I've been testing this one out for such a long time, I feel like. I think the first time I tried it was during my 12 Days of Christmas series that I had going. I had this one in my everyday makeup drawer for like months now because I keep trying it. I only really use this shade and this shade because of the colors. This one's a little bit too dark for me right now, and it does look good on my skin. It doesn't look great, but I also don't like the formula. This is so dry and powdery and gritty. It doesn't feel smooth or soft or anything, and it also just looks really like blah to me. It doesn't even have really a nice glow. I don't even know what I ever saw in this when I first tried it. I feel like I've keep trying it because it doesn't look bad on my skin. It just doesn't look great. I bought this because I have their like contouring palette, which has a blush, contour, and a highlighter, but the highlighter in that palette is so nice. It's so smooth, like such a good quality highlighter, and I really thought these would be the same quality because why would they be different? It's the same highlighters, but not the same formula as the contouring kit that they have. The only shade actually that's kind of nice is this one up here. This one feels really smooth and buttery, but it's too dark for me right now, so I'll probably, once I get a tan on, which hopefully will be soon, I'll keep trying this for this top shade here, but definitely these bottom two shades are just not my favorite. Okay, one more highlighter. This is the highlighting palette for Makeup Revolution. I think they're just called Revolution now, but it's their Ultra Cool Glow highlighter. Now, I don't know what I was thinking. Like, I don't know why I felt such a big urge to buy this. It's not really the colors that I don't like. It's just not a palette I reach for, and I feel like it doesn't look as good on your face as it does in the pan or when you swatch them. So I want to include it in this video because I like barely reach for it. I don't ever reach for this palette actually. I feel like if you want to test out cool highlighting shades, I would just grab the NYX Duochrome highlighters. I have the shade Twilight Tint, which is a blue shade, kind of similar to this blue here in the corner, and I have a pink one which is really similar to this. I'd recommend you getting like single highlighters that are cool colors rather than like a palette, because I just find this is so big, I don't reach for it, and I never use it basically. I do have other like palettes from Makeup Revolution that I really like, and overall I like their powder products, but I feel like this highlighter palette is just a different formula and I wasn't a fan. For eyeshadows, I have a couple palettes, well 4, that I want to share with you guys that I just don't like. The first one is this e.l.f. Aqua Beauty Cushion Eyeshadow Palette. I actually think they switched this to on their website to be called the Velvet eyeshadows. I don't really know, but basically they're like squishy eyeshadows. They feel like a squishy texture and they have a little bit of a bounce to them. The texture I actually don't mind. I just don't think these last on my eyelids at all. At the end of the day, the colors have faded. There's creasing. They just don't look good. I also feel like the pigmentation for some of the shades is lacking, and I find that I don't reach for this palette. I don't know what I was expecting, but I just know I was expecting something more from this than I got out of it. Next, I have another e.l.f. product. I love e.l.f. and I love the majority of the products that I've tried from them, but I feel like when they miss with their products, they miss big. When I find a product from e.l.f. that I don't like, I like never ever reach for it. And this one is the e.l.f. Nude Rose Gold Eyeshadow Palette. I bought this because it was a dupe for the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette, and I didn't have anything in my collection that was like this, but I don't like this palette at all. The shimmery shades, especially like these two right here, they're so gritty, they're so chunky. They take a lot of work to like get them to stick on your lids. The mattes, well, they're not bad, they're just not, there's not enough like variety in it. It all kind of has like the same depth to me. I can never say the word depth, but they basically don't have enough pigment to them. They kind of just all blend together, like the 3 matte shades kind of all blend together on my eyelids. When I have used this palette in the past, it's taken like a lot of work to make the colors show on my lids and to make the colors really stand out. And I just feel like I have so many better eyeshadow palettes that I don't feel the need to reach for this one ever. So yeah, I don't really like this, and I feel like it's a big miss on e.l.f.'s part. I wouldn't recommend it. They have so many good eyeshadows. Their matte for matte palettes are really great. I like their clay eyeshadow palettes, but this is just not a good one for me. Next up is another Rimmel product. I feel like I talked about Rimmel, well, not really. I didn't talk about them that much. This is their Magnifies Color Edition eyeshadow palette. I knew it when I purchased this that I wouldn't like it. I actually think it's really pretty. Like, it has a really cool selection of colors. I don't really know what's up with the shades though. They kind of blend away on my lid. You definitely need to use either a base or a setting spray to make the metallics stick out. I haven't even tried out all the colors from here. I just find I don't reach for this. It just sits in the back of my drawer. If you like jewel toned shades and if you want to spend the time making these work, I think this is an affordable option that you might want to try, but for me, there's just not enough mattes in here. They only have like 2 mattes, maybe 3. The metallics just don't pack enough punch for me. I guess it's a good companion palette. Like, you could use this alongside your e.l.f. Matte for Matte eyeshadows if you really wanted to purchase this, but yeah. One more eyeshadow palette. This is the Milani Everyday Eyes Smoky Essential Palette. This is a little bit of a shock to me because I did include this in my favorite eyeshadow palettes from the drugstore, and it's not that it's bad. Like, the Everyday Eyes eyeshadow palettes are not bad. I just think that they're not great. I've tried a bunch of eyeshadow palettes since I made my favorite drugstore eyeshadow palettes video, which was like, I think like 2 years ago, but I've tried a lot of palettes since, and I've just found better formulas than these. I cannot make the metallics work on my eyes unless I have a sticky base underneath them. I almost recommend glitter glue. They just like have so much fallout. They kind of get everywhere on your face, and then as soon as you start blending, they just blend away to nothing. I don't like the metallics. They take a lot of work. I don't know. I just don't find myself reaching for these. If I have other eyeshadows that the metallics are not so crumbly, that they don't blend away, and that are just easier to use, then why would I reach for something that I always struggle to make look good? I even have 3 of these, like 3 different shades of these, and I don't really like any of them anymore. I did like them at one point, but now I don't anymore. Okay, that is all of the powder or face products that I have to share with you. I only have 4 things left. This is a mascara. This kind of irks me, but this is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Luscious Full Fan Effect Mascara. There are two reasons why I don't like this mascara. It is super clumpy. It makes my lashes all stick together. It looks really clumpy and not great on my eyelashes, and I don't like that this is so hard to remove even though it's not waterproof. It basically feels like a waterproof mascara because it won't come off my eyelashes. Even when I use my makeup remover and I wash my face, it's just like black everywhere, and it's the only mascara I know that does this. Their regular lash sensational one in the pink tube is fine, like it never did that to me. Just the fact that it's so hard to remove at the end of the day really prevents me from reaching for this. I don't enjoy applying it. Definitely a disappointment. Like this is just a flat out disappointment. It just really sucks and I wouldn't recommend this mascara. Okay, and the last three things are lip products. The first lip products that I want to talk about are the Milani Amber Matte lip creams. I feel like for a while I thought these were really good, and I honestly think I thought they were good because they were the only options at the drugstore for liquid lipsticks. I feel like Milani was the first brand to come out with actual like good liquid lipsticks. They were good when they came out because the other options at the drugstore sucked, but now I feel like there's so many better options for liquid lipsticks at the drugstore that the Milani ones just are not so good anymore. So that's why I'm including them, and this shade that I have here is the shade Amour, which is a really like bright red. I don't actually mind the color of this. I think the red is kind of pretty, but the problem I have with this shade in particular is that it bleeds. Even with a lip liner, it just bleeds by the end of the day, and I also feel like across the board these crumble on my lips. They make my lips feel super dry, not the most long wearing, and they don't fade nicely. So for that reason, I am not super impressed with the formula, and the drugstore has just come out with a bunch of new better liquid lipsticks. The Maybelline ones, the L'Oreal ones, there's just a whole bunch of better options now, so these are like always sitting at the bottom of my liquid lipstick drawer because I don't like applying them and wearing them throughout the day. Then I also have these Kiss New York Professional Celeste Matte Liquid Lipsticks. I don't know, I just was expecting more out of these. It was like the packaging is really pretty, the color selections are really pretty, but the formula just isn't my favorite. It's kind of like a moussey texture. It's not especially long lasting. It has a really, really strong smell. It smells like, I don't even know, like soapy stuff, like really chemically. I don't like the wear time of this, and I just wasn't overly impressed with these. I have 3 different shades. I don't really like any of them, so yeah, even though these look pretty, I wouldn't recommend you get them. They are not really the greatest liquid lipsticks out there. And last but not least, well, actually, it is least. This is also from that Kiss New York Professional brand. This is their Egoism Matte Velvet Lipstick. I do have one of them that I like. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like a nude, like everyday type of shade, which I do like. I think that one looks good. I have like a green one from them that's actually not so bad either. But this shade, which is called Black Calia? I thought it was called Black Dahlia. Anyways, it's called Black Calia, and it sucks. I was really hoping to get like a black lipstick that would just be super matte, super black, and pigmented, but this one, it is so weird. Like a grayish color, it's super streaky, just doesn't apply well, and I don't like it. Actually, if you guys know of any drugstore black lipsticks, let me know, or blue, like a dark blue, because I actually kind of want to get a couple like fun darker colors. There's just not a lot of options for those types of shades at the drugstore. So if you found one, let me know. Anyway, that sums up this video. So weird filming this video because I've never done it before, and it's weird talking about products that I just have to admit did not work for me or that I was disappointed with. I hope you guys found this helpful. Let me know if any of these products worked for you and what you did to make them work, because I would love to get some use out of these products. Let me know if you've tried any of these and if you like them. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you would like to see more, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!